Wondering, who is this person standing proudly in front of you with his whistle in his hand? Allow me to introduce myself. The name is Frank W. Spencer. That's W for Wayne, as in John Wayne. Bang! Mother was a big film fan, you see. Oh, she loved all that swashing the buckle. The Adventures of Robert Hood, The Three Mountaineers. I entered this world via a matinee performance at the Coronet Cinema on the Boars Pond Road. Mother had wanted to see They Died with Their Boots Off, but she got the dates wrong. It was Gone with the Wind instead. Clark Gable was muttering his famous last line, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a monkey's." When suddenly, our pipe popped in the third row of the stalls, 2 weeks early. The manager came round with a hose pipe. He thought the place was on fire. He was very badly handled. Luckily, the cinema staff were all female women, and they knew what to do. Anyway, tonight I will be taking you through my life story and revealing all my hidden talents and buried knacks. But before I expose my knacks, let us go back to my informative years. Back to Arbuckle Road Secondary School for boys. We Spencers are a tough breed. See, there's a bit of muscle, look. But it was not a pleasant time for yours truly. Oh, thank you very much. Mr. Parks, the PE teacher, never really liked me. I asked him once why I could never particulate on the cricket field. He said he'd give me my position, standing under the tree holding the pullovers. We went on a school trip to Hastings once. We had to have our names and addresses pinned to our coats in case we got lost. My mother pinned mine to my socks and my pants too. When I sat on the coach, I had a bit of an accident. I spent the day in hospital and my name and address surgically ejaculated. Before we left school, we had to have a little chat with our careers advisor, Miss Pilby. She didn't like me either.
Enter. Frank Spender.
Spencer.
Yes, of course, Frank. Come in, sit down, please. I see you're about to leave the warm bosom of Arbuckle Secondary.
The warm bosoms, yes.
Now, I'm sure you know why you're here. Before each pupil leaves, we make sure we see each and every one of them to offer them some advice before they enter the brave new world of employment. That is, unless, of course, they're going to university first. I see you're not going to university.
My Auntie Dingle wanted me to go, but I think I'd be a bit worried.
Worried?
About leaving her alone. She's not been the same since Julius Caesar died.
Julius Caesar?
The cat. She got a classical education.
The cat's got a classical education?
Nah, Auntie Dingle. She got a bookcase full of famous writers. There's Dickens, Shakespeare.
Yes, I see. Let's get back to your career, shall we?
Trollope. She got a shelf full of trollops.
I see. Before we begin, perhaps it would be easier if you could tell me what skills you have, and then we can find a job that matches those.
Skills I have.
Yes.
Skills I know.
Yes.
Well, I can recite the alphabet backwards. T,
No,
W.
Frank. Useful skills.
Ah, that's useful. If someone's name begins with P, you can find them quicker, starting from the back.
Ah, so you're interested in clerical work?
No, I wouldn't want to join the church. Father O'Hara raised a petition to ban me from Sunday school. I don't think he likes me.
Perhaps it would be easier if you could tell me what you would like to do.
Well, I'm very creative. I like working with my hands. Mr. Potter says I have a lot of potential.
Mr. Potter?
My pottery teacher. Had a bit of trouble.
How about something outdoors?
Gardening?
Perhaps, yes. You have some vacancies for some farm hands.
Nah, I don't like farmers. Plus the damp gives me boils.
Office job. Shop assistant. Factory worker?
No.
I don't really know what else to suggest.
Well, I did want to be a lifeguard.
Oh, I might be able to help you there.
No, it's no good anymore. Because of my ears.
What's the matter with your ears?
When I get salt water in them, I go dizzy.
I see you've had some work experience. As a trainee chef at the Grosvenor Hotel.
That was before it went down.
Oh dear, were you there when the fire started?
I was the only one there when the fire started.
I see. What grades are you expecting?
Grades?
In your examinations?
Oh, well, not many.
Not many.
No.
How many is not many?
None?
I don't understand.
Well, I didn't do English and history because I missed a bus. Then the next day I rode my bicycle in, but I got a flat tire. I think I ran over a hedgehog. So I didn't do geography and maths. And when it came to French, I was so tired I fell asleep during the first question. I never even got to consummate my verb.
I see. Well,
My mother's found it very hard to make her ends meet. I'm having to do a paper round before school. That's why I'm always so tired. I have nightmares about falling asleep in the classroom. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I find that I have.
well, in that case, there's only one option left open to us.
Yes?
The labour exchange.
Do they have vacancies? My mother suffered from nerves for many years, ever since I was born actually. I think she had post-nasal depression. But you know what the first thing she said was? Every time she got out of bed, she would say to herself, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. She was very interested in lodgers. She wanted to run a home for depressed sailors. I saw very little of my father. Thank you. He was in the RAF. She said he's very good at taking off. Just going back, he wasn't so keen on. So when I was 14, I went to live with my Auntie Dingle. My mother suddenly got better. The doctor said it was a miracle. In fact, she was always healthy after that, even when she died. She gave me a cardigan one year from a dog's blanket. Trouble is, I think it had mange. I had to wash in the kitchen sink for a month. Then one day she rang me on the telephone and she said, "You should follow in your father's footsteps." I said, "I didn't know which way he'd gone." She said, "No, Frank." She called me Frank. She said, "You should join the RAF." Well, I was a bit worried about that because I don't like heights. I much prefer bungalows. But I did have a Duke of Edinburgh award for metalwork, so I thought that might come in useful if I needed to fix something in a hurry, like a wing. Anyway, I wrote to them, and a week later they sent me for an altitude test.
Come. Yes. It's your application form? No, sit down, do sit down. This is your application form?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Have you ever had some Vidas dance?
I don't think so. My mother tried to teach me to do the foxtrot once.
I see. Right. Right, well, I'd just like you to try a few simple tests first. Now, easy one to start with. You've got 3 words. Leg, head, bird, please. Leg, head, and bird. I want you to write down a single word that could precede all 3. Leg, head, and bird. Good. Hairy?
Hairy leg, hairy head.
Bird. You can't have a hairy bird.
What about an ostrich?
An ostrich isn't hairy. An ostrich has got feathers.
It's got hairy legs.
Black.
Black hairy legs.
The word is black. Black leg, black head, black bird.
No, you could have that.
No, really. You mustn't argue with me. I know the answers because I wrote the questions. I know what I'm talking about.
Cock.
Your pardon?
Cock bird. Cock
No. Listen to me. Now, once and for all, the answer to the question is black. Black. All right? Now, question 2. You've got 3 more words. Reflection, I think we better leave that for the moment. Right. Oh yes, now here's an interesting one, yes. Now on this page, you've got a drawing of a family tree. Please. Amanda has 6 children. Fanny, Albert, Sandra, Millie, Freddie, and George. Now, Fanny has 2 children, and Sandra has 4 children. Yes. Millie, Freddie, and George don't have any children at all. And the question is this: how many children does Albert have?
Nah, it doesn't say.
It doesn't say. You're supposed to work it out. All right, now let's see if I can help you. Yes. Now, what does Sandra have 2 of that Albert's only got 1 of? Go on.
No, I thought I had it then.
Freddie doesn't have any at all. That's why he doesn't have any children. Work it out.
So Sandra's got 2, right? And Albert's got 1.
Right.
And Freddie hasn't got any at all. Has Fanny got 2?
No. Fanny's only got 1. That's why she's got 2 children.
No, I'm stumped again now.
Well, can't you see? It's right in front of you. I mean, I haven't got 1. Because I'm a Herbert. You've got 1. Frank?
Yes, Herbert?
You're saying Frank, your name is Frank. My name is Herbert. Now what does Frank have that Herbert doesn't? I'm saying A, the letter A. Amanda has 3, which equals 6 children. Sandra has 2, which equals 4 children. And Albert has one like Fanny. A equals 2 children.
What did you end up for?
Sandra.
And Freddie hasn't got any. It's very clever, isn't it? Can I have something a bit easier?
Well, these are the easier ones. I really do
I'm not very
feel...
good with numbers. I'm more the creative kind.
Yes, creative. All right, let's see how creative you are. Right. Here's a very famous painting. Now sit down, please. Sit down. I want you to study it and tell me what comes into your mind. Just whatever comes into your mind. You can make up a little story about the characters if you like. Do you know what it's supposed to be?
No.
No. All right, I'll tell you the title and it might spark off some memory. It's called When Did You Last See Your Father?
Could I have the death of Nelson?
No, you can't. You can't have the death of Nelson. It was a perfectly good painting. Lovely colours. The boy's a king's son. He's being interrogated by the Roundheads. Now surely, look at it. Surely it must make you think of something.
Paddington Station.
Don't you be funny with me.
I'm not. That's what it makes me think of.
Paddington Station? You think Charles I escaped on the 5:30 at Cheltenham?
But it's the last time I saw my father.
Ah, well, now. That is interesting. Good, now we're getting somewhere. Well, let's have a talk about that. All right. What happened when you last saw your father?
I had a mishap. In my knickers.
Good. Right. Now let me get this clear. You were on Paddington Station wearing knickers.
And a dress on as well.
No, of course, I can understand that. Now, how long did you go about like this?
About 18 months.
And do you still do this?
No.
How old were you when you stopped doing this?
About 18 months.
18 months. Oh, for heaven's sake, 18 months!
It's the gypsy woman's fault. She told my mother she was going to have a little girl. So she went out and bought all these things. And when I was born, I wasn't a little girl. And the woman at the shop wouldn't take the things back. So I had to keep them and wear them. I had to keep the dolly too. Till the head fell.
I have just about had enough of you. I'm going to give you one more chance to prove you've got an ounce of sense in that head of yours. Now, do you understand? Now, fail this.
I won't.
Fail this.
I won't.
Right. Board.
Bored.
Sit down.
I'm sitting down.
Board.
Bored.
Different shaped holes.
All different.
Different pieces of wood.
They're different.
I want you to put the different pieces of wood in the right holes. Now, do you really? Do you understand?
Yes.
Right. Good. But take the pieces of wood with you. And you better be quick about this, because I'm going to put a stopwatch on you. And if you're more than 1 second longer than 1 minute, 18 seconds, I can assure you that your time in the RAF are completely and utterly numbered. Now, where did I put my stopwatch? Right. Here it is, yes. Now, if you're ready to start, I would say my stopwatch will be ready when I've finished winding it.
Finished.
Finished? But you can't be!
I am, Herbert.
But you put them all in the wrong holes!
Well, you couldn't expect me to get them all right.
But you haven't got any of them right, have you? You haven't got any of them right, not one! You get back! Stand back! Get it out! Get it out! No, you can't even do that, can you? You can't even get them out!
You never said I had to get them out. You said, put them in there, Frank, put them in there.
I'm going to have you discharged for this. Discharged!
It's not fair, you can't. It's only my first week.
Your first week and your last. Get out! The RAF's had enough!
You can't send me out?
You get out! Get out!
I know I'm going to
Get out! Get out! Get out!
I was treated like an idiot. Do this, do that. Answer the question, Frank. Put the wood in the old Frank. Take it back out again, Frank. Was that how the war was won? Did Spitfire pilots have to put their wood in the old? Did Fighter Command have to take them back out again? Within a week, I was a civilian, with my dreams dashed and my aspirations asphyxiated. Auntie Dingle didn't even know I'd been away. Then one day, she told me to go out and get some fresh air. Well, she didn't tell me in so many words. When I came back from walking the dog, she changed all the locks. Luckily, the parish priest at Father O'Hara was organising an evening course at his church, so I decided to go along. Little did I know what a fatal evening it would turn out to be.
That's right, Miss Fisher. You must make sure that you pull down firmly on the rope and then let go. It's very important to let go, you see.
Yes, Father.
We wouldn't want you disappearing up into the belfry now, would we?
No, Father. Will you be getting anybody else to join us, do you think?
I'm afraid it doesn't look like it, my dear. I put a notice in the parish newsletter last month, but you're the only one who's shown any interest.
That's a shame. I'm new to the area. I joined this group because I thought I might make some new friends. I don't know anybody around here.
Well, my dear, the church is always the first point of port of call when you're looking for a friendly face. Mr. Spencer, what on earth are you doing here?
Good evening, Father. Am I right in thinking this is where we'll be putting me up?
Putting it up?
Yes. As you can see, I'm equipped and ready for action.
What are you playing at, Mr. Spencer? What is all this for?
I think he's testing me.
Mr. Spencer, you are enough to test anyone.
I know when I was little, I had a little accident in Butcher's Coppice, but I'm much better now.
Butcher's Coppice?
Yes, in my sleeping bag. It wasn't my fault. I had a lot of fizzy lemonade that day, and it was a long way to the, Brown Owl was very upset with me.
Mr. Spencer!
The Brown Owl's a girl guide leader.
I know. They already drawn me out of the Boy Scouts. I had to hand back my woggle and everything. It was embarrassing.
Mr. Spencer, this is a campanology course.
I know. I also have a hot water bottle, a Swiss Army knife, a water compass, and a packet of Smash.
Bell!
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Spencer, campanology means bells. Bell ringing. God give me strength.
I thought it was to do with the...
I'm Betty.
I'm Frank.
I'm new to the area. I joined this group to make some new friends. But I don't think campanology is very popular, really.
No.
Do you live locally?
In Cribbin Lane with my Auntie Dingle. She said I could go to this if I didn't talk to any strange women.
Oh.
Oh, but I think you count.
Oh, that's nice. I'm a hospital receptionist. What do you do?
I'm between jobs at the moment.
How long have you been between jobs?
12 years.
Well, do you have any hobbies?
I like working with my hands. I fixed my Auntie Dingle's gas boiler in March. We had to move house in April.
Move house?
If you are. Yes. When I say move house, there wasn't much left to move. I play darts.
Oh.
Only, I've got nobody to play with, really. I usually have to play with myself. I don't have many friends.
Well, we could be friends, can't we? The moment I saw you, I knew you'd be the sort of person to lead an interesting life.
Well, people don't really like me. Even Father O'Hara doesn't like me.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's a priest. Priests like everybody.
Still here, Spencer?
See?
Mr. Spencer, I think we've seen quite enough of you recently. Now, I really must get on and show Miss...
But Father, you won't let me come to confessions anymore. I've been blacklisted.
I didn't tell you you couldn't go. I just suggested that you rationed yourself a bit more, in fairness to the others. You were practically living in that box. Did you have to bring your sandwiches?
Father, I'd like Frank to join us.
All right, but don't blame me. Right, both of you, legs apart. Take hold of the rope in the right hand and pull down hard, making sure you let the rope slide through your fingers as it comes back down. Very good, Mr. Fisher. Mr. Spencer, don't hold the rope so tight. Let it slide through your fingers.
I might get rope burn.
Now, if you do it properly, oh, that's nice and smooth. Try and let the rope come back on its own accord. Don't hold on, Mr. Spencer.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Spencer, move back!
I got water bottle first. I wet myself.
Meeting Betty was the most important thing that ever happened to me. She made me very happy. We had a lot in common. She had an absent father too. He spent most of his time at sea. Her mother couldn't cope. She hadn't seen him for 5 months, and he only worked on the Isle of Wight car ferry. I don't think her mother ever really liked me. She wanted us to have a trial separation. I said, how long? She said, 15 years. But that didn't stop it. We got married 3 months later. Her mother always wanted Betty to marry someone else. Didn't matter who, just someone else. I needed money, so I tried to get a job. I put an ad in the local shop window. I am a qualified man. But I was a bit worried they want me to do something complicated. So I changed it to, I am a man. Distance, no object. In fact, I got a lot of jobs. It's just I never kept any. I was a guard underground, but I couldn't get the doors open, so nobody got out. Then I worked as a prison officer, then everybody got out. They lied to me. They said they wanted their football back. I lasted 3 days as a postman, because I couldn't get up, and 2 days as a scaffolder, because I couldn't get down. But then one day I saw a job advertised in a labour exchange for a sales company advisor for a Lewis & Company ironmongering. But I didn't know much about ironmongering. But as my mother used to say, if you don't know anything about something, pretend to know something about nothing. Or something. Betty bought me a briefcase for the interview. I put my sandwiches in it. She said, it's very important to smile.
Oh, Mr. Lewis,
Yeah, well, there's a Linda. I'm halfway through the annual accounts.
there's was a Mr. Spencer to see you about vacancy.
Well, he's been late, isn't he? Everybody else came at 11:15.
Oh, Mr. Spencer was here at 11:15. No, he's just got out the lift.
Well, it's past 1 o'clock now.
Yes, the maintenance men said they should have it working again by 2.
Oh, I see. Maintenance men.
Yes, everything should be back to normal again soon.
Spencer. Spencer. Yes, Spencer. That's his application form. And he's also enclosed his library ticket. All right, Linda, you best show him in.
Mr. Spencer?
Good afternoon, Mr. Spencer. Nice to meet you.
Your briefcase.
It's new.
Yes, all right, Linda. That'll do, thank you. I'm Mr. Lewis, General Manager. Oh, can I take your coat? What's the joke?
Big pardon?
Well, I thought something was amusing you.
Oh, no.
Right. Do sit down. Right, you'll be needing that library ticket.
Have you got one here then?
What?
A library?
No, Mr. Spencer, that's your library ticket.
Oh.
Right, Mr. Spencer, I'm not quite clear.
Just a minute. Yes.
Mr. Spencer, I'm not quite clear about your application form. In previous occupation, you've answered yes and no.
Yes.
Yes.
It's yes, I have had a previous occupation.
No.
Yes.
No. No, you misunderstand me, Mr. Spencer. Look, you've written yes and no.
It's yes, I have had a previous occupation, and no, I haven't got one now.
Ah, you're unemployed.
Today I am, yes.
Yesterday?
Yesterday, I was unemployed as well.
How long have you actually been unemployed?
It's difficult to remember offhand.
I see. Well, experience isn't really necessary in this job because we can always train you. Some people we can train. You'd be a company representative, you see. You'd have to travel around and speak to people, you know. It'd be an advantage if you'd done a similar kind of work.
I have done similar kind of work, yes.
Oh, and what was that?
I was a postman.
Mr. Spencer, why do you want this particular job?
I feel as though it would be an improvement.
Ah, yes, an improvement, I see, yes. An improvement on what?
An improvement on my present position.
But you haven't got a present position.
Ah, but if I did, it would be an improvement. Have I passed?
Mr. Spencer, really, frankly, I really don't...
Mr. Lewis, all I want is a little chance.
Well, if you really want the work, we do have openings for junior salesmen, door-to-door salesmanship.
I could do that all right, yes.
Well, of course, it would require a little bit of training, but it's so easy, even you could... You might have the right temperament for it. We can soon find out. What we do, you see, we give you a case full of our smaller samples, and you just go around door to door. That's easy enough.
Yes.
Right. Got a case here somewhere. Right. There we are.
You coming with me then?
You haven't got the job yet, Mr. Spencer. I'm just testing you.
Oh.
Right. You knock on the door opens, and you hold out a card. You hold up the card, not Tower Bridge, Mr. Spencer. And then you smile. Yes, something else we'll have to look at later. And then you begin. Good morning. I represent Lewis and Company Wholesale Ironworkers. I'd like to show you some of my samples. That's easy enough, isn't it?
Yes. I won't really need any training for that, will I?
Well, better be safe than sorry, Mr. Spencer. So, you just take this, you pop out, knock on the door, and we'll take it from there, alright?
Right. Could you take that?
Yeah. Well, I haven't got all day, Mr. Spencer. What are you doing?
I was just going to sample in my hand, so I'd be quick off the mark.
Right, it's in your hand, now be quick off the mark. Come on, I've got all day to waste.
Good morning. I haven't knocked yet.
Good God, man, you haven't got to go through the whole thing.
No, I expect to stick to the routine, eh? Then we won't get confused.
Confused? All you got to do is go. All right. All right.
It's best, eh?
Yes, yes. You're going to have to knock louder than that, Mr. Spencer. Louder! Have you been knocking with that? That is a very expensive bathroom thermometer.
I think it's faulty.
Well, it is now. Knock, right?
Right.
Give knock, right? Well, hurry up then.
Good morning.
Case!
Case!
Card! Oh, God, man, I thought you were pulling it on.
I'm sorry, I got all flustered. I think I got it now.
Well, come on then.
Case! Card!
I'll show you. Well, didn't you hear me knocking?
Yes, well, it might be a big house, or it might be a long way to the front door, or it might be in the...
Mr. Spencer, let's just assume that it's a normal-sized house in a normal-sized street. Do you want to make yourself clear?
Yes.
I represent Lewis & Co. Wholesale Ironworkers.
Hold on.
What now?
I didn't say come in. I mean, you could be a burglar.
Burglars don't knock, Mr. Spencer.
No.
This is the last time I'm doing this.
Come in.
I represent Lewis & Company, Wholesale ironmongers. I'd like to show this.
Card.
It's in me bloody hand!
Are you allowed to swear at them?
Here is my card. Do please read it.
Lewis and Company, wholesale ironmongers.
You haven't got to read the whole thing out loud! I represent
Lewis and Company. It's you.
Right. Right. Now, you try. Come in.
Good morning. I represent Lewis and Company, whole line soundmongers.
I'm
I'd like
not.
to show you a little sample.
I'm not interested.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not interested. They're rubbish.
Well, I expect you're right.
What? You mean expect I'm right?
I was just being tactful.
Tactful? Tactful, man? I'm a potential customer. I've just told you. You're rubbish. What are you going to do about it? You can't just leave it like that. Convince me. Use your bloody initiative, man.
Well, I don't think we should bother with the bad-tempered ones.
Well, damn it all, man.
Shouting and swearing and carrying on like that. I mean, we'd be better off without them. Eh?
20 years. 20 years in the business. I've never known anything like it.
I'll be better once I've had my training.
All you got to do is come to the house.
Just hasn't been one of my days.
Say a few words.
I'll be a different man in the morning.
Anyone can do it.
I've been very worried about the coal shed door.
Mr. Spencer.
It just fell off in my hand.
Mr. Spencer! Will you kindly leave my premises and never come back?
You're cross with me.
I'm not cross! Will you please just leave?
All right, Mr. Lewis. I understand. If you don't want me in here anymore, I won't stay. But...
Oh, no, please.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, just leave.
Take a minute.
Will you please just leave?
You let me know then.
Anyway, Betty took on this part-time job working for the welfare people, looking after children while their parents were in hospital or they couldn't cope. Then one day she came home from the dentist looking a little bit cogitated. I'd just been fired from a novelty toy company. I had a bit of a mix-up with the artificial dog doo-doos and the porcelain Pope letter racks. They did write to apologise to the Archbishop, but he never replied. So I was fixing our kitchen bin when in walks Betty. You may wonder why I'm only using a hammer in this next scene. Well, I didn't have many tools back then. I only had one. I was getting a different one each week. This was the first week.
How'd you get on?
Oh, all right.
Would you have to have anything taken out?
Sort of, yes.
Well, what's the matter?
I've got a bit of news for you, Frank.
Hmm?
Could you put that down a minute?
Well,
How was your day?
I lost my job, didn't I?
Oh, I'm sorry, Frank. I could
it was meant to be a surprise for you. You know how the lid jams every time you put your foot on the pedal?
Yes?
Just needs a few final adjustments.
Well, I'm glad to see you're making a few improvements about the house.
Well, it all adds to the value, doesn't it? I just wish it was a bit bigger, that's all.
Oh, it's quite big enough, Frank. There's plenty of room for the two of us. Plenty of room for three, really.
3?
Could you sit down a minute? There's going to be a little addition to our family.
How do you mean?
We're going to hear the patter of tiny little feet.
Oh, no, Betty. I'm not having another cat in this house. I've had enough trouble with Cleopatra. Last week I caught her scratching the wallpaper over there, and when I told her to stop, she did a whoopsie in my berry.
I meant 2 little feet, not 4.
A budgerigar? Have you seen the state of your mother's sitting room? There's feathers, muck, everything.
Don't you understand, Frank? We're going to have a baby.
Well, you might have asked me first.
Oh, you'd be pleased.
No, it's all right, Betty. If you've made up your mind, I won't stand in your way. It's just that I don't like you doing things behind my back. That's all. Suppose you get it from the welfare people, don't you?
What on earth are you talking about?
Look, I know you like looking after other people's children, but this is different. You'll bring it home. You'll look after it. You'll grow fond of it. You'll most probably love it. And then one day, the mother comes back and takes it home again. And I don't want you getting upset.
I'm not talking about anyone else's baby, Frank. It's our baby. I'm its mother.
In there.
That's right, Frank, that's right. You're going to be a father. Oh! Sit down. Oh, you'll be all right.
Are you sure?
Quite sure. That's what I had the appointment for. He confirmed everything.
And he can tell, just by looking at your teeth.
Oh, I didn't go to the dentist. I went to see Dr. Smedley.
And he said that.
Oh, no, don't say anything else, Frank. I don't want you getting ill. And we've got a busy time ahead of us. I'll make you a nice cup of tea. I'll put the kettle on.
No, you mustn't do that. You mustn't lift anything.
I'm not an invalid.
Well, use the little kettle then. Betty.
Yes, Frank?
It's marvellous, isn't it?
Oh,
I'm sorry. We don't want to do him damage, do we? Listen, why don't you take him upstairs and give him a little lie down, and I'll bring you up a nice carrot.
quite all right.
I'm going to be a father. I'm going to be a father with all that. And, I'm a man.
I made an extra effort to get another job. Well, with the baby coming and everything, Betty said I should really try. I said I always try. Nobody can be more trying than me. Then I saw a job advertised for a holiday camp. The application form said they wanted someone with a speciality act. So I bought myself a chisel and a block of wood. Can you guess what I made? Can you? Go on, have a guess.
Doll's house.
No. A ventriloquist dummy. I named my act Frank and Marvin. Hello, Frank. I hear you're going to be a father. I decided practicing throwing my voice every night after supper. But the neighbours asked Father O'Hara to perform an exorcism. Then I tried it in a local park behind the bandstand. But WPC Mason saw me one day and had me arrested for disturbing the peace. But I persisted. It's like the man used to say, if you want to be the best and you want to beat the rest, then medication's what you need.
Oh, Miss Lockwood! Ted can't make tonight's show. He's just taking the kids' club for Cowboy and Indians.
Well, it'll be over by 5, won't it?
Not for him. It was his turn to be General Custer, and one of the kids put an arrow through his leg.
Oh, that's all I need. Look, you'll have to take over, that's all. It's 6:30, all right?
No, I can't do that. I've got five-a-side football at 6.
Roy, I've got no one else who can do it. I'm 3 grade coach. God, blimey. I'm 3 grade coach short as it is, 4 including Ted. I mean, it's been one disaster after another. Look, we just have to redo the whole roster, that's all.
Mr. Lockwood, the lads aren't going to wear that. They're working far too hard as it is.
But they're getting overtime, aren't they? I mean, it's the end of the season, isn't it? Yes?
Mr. Lockwood,
Yes.
they said you'd be here.
Yes, well, hang on a minute, will you, sir? I'll be with you in a moment.
Twice as much staff for my last camp. I did 14 hours yesterday, and next week's going to be worse. Jack's leaving on Monday, and we won't even have a lifeguard.
Don't worry about next week. I won't keep you a moment, sir. Yeah, right. I film jokes. I do a speciality act. I'm also a qualified tour. Now, I hope that's good enough for you.
Yeah, it sounds great. It can take the kids for lessons in the pool.
I told him to be here at 4. He must got held up.
I'll ring the main gate. See if he's waiting. What's his name?
It's, Frank Spencer.
How do you do? How do you do?
Keep an eye open for him, will you, Roy?
No, I'm here already. I am he.
Who?
Mr. Spencer. Frank. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I had to take Marvin to the hospital for a head transplant.
What?
That's my dummy. I stuck his New Year's on yesterday, put him out to dry, and then I accidentally backed the car over his head.
I'll get it. You're a ventriloquist.
Yes, sir.
And your dummy's at the hospital.
No, just his head. Other things as well. I'm self-taught.
That's what we like to hear.
Well, you can touch me if you don't mind. I'm fully loaded.
Loaded?
My Vesuvius. My grand finale. Frank Spencer, the human volcano.
Oh, that's marvellous.
Would you like to hear a joke? What did the kangaroo say to the Australian?
Why don't you show us your volcano? No. Show us your volcano.
No. I'd rather save my eruption to the end if you don't mind. To the grand finale.
Good. Now tell me, when you arrived, did you have a good look around the camp?
I did indeed.
And did you notice the swimming pool?
Oh, yes indeed.
We always have a lifeguard.
Ah, nice. It's better to be safe, eh?
He also gives swimming instructions.
Oh, good. Maybe I'll be able to tell him to pop along.
I hope you will. You'll be giving the lessons.
No. Well, I'm more of an entertainer, really.
But you are a qualified swimming instructor.
I wouldn't put it quite like that.
And then how would you put it?
I'm not a qualified swimming instructor.
But your letter says you've got a certificate.
Yes, that's for the 25 yards breaststroke.
If you could teach them to swim 25 yards, that would be something.
Oh, well, I didn't quite make that. My mother gave me a tour for the last 10 yards. As it was my 6th attempt, the man said I could have it anyway, the certificate for perseverance. Would you like me to get ready?
Yes, Frank, please, by all means.
Right.
I see you've brought your costume.
I beg your pardon?
The funny beret and the Humphrey Bogart raincoat.
I always wear this. It's been passed down to me. Humphrey Bogart raincoat indeed. I was only about this big.
Come on, let's get on. Don't take any notice of Roy. Let's get down to business, shall we?
Right. What did the kangaroo say to the Australian?
Let's not waste so much time with the jokes, Frank. I just want a rough idea of what you can do.
Well, of course, there's my Vesuvius.
Oh, we can't wait to see that.
Then I tell the jokes, and I do the singing, and of course, there's my speciality act, Frank and Marvin the monkey, ventriloquist extraordinaire. Would you like me to get him out?
Oh, please, by all means, Frank.
I'll go get rid of him.
Roy, if you can find him a jacket, we might be able to slip him into tonight's show.
Do you think that's wise, Mr. Lockwood?
Would you like to give me 2 stools, please?
Come on, Roy.
Hoi hoi! Noticed, have you? It's the doll's hospital's fault. They didn't have any spare heads. See, there's a bit of a shortage of them. It's not like the old days when there was a lot to go around. It used to be 10 a penny. It was either this one or Donald Duck. Donald Duck looked silly. Now this is my grand finale. I drink a glass of stout. I was going to use water, but I thought this would add a bit of colour. Be more spectacular. Could you help me out?
Come on, Roy. Let's give him a hand. Oh, God, no!
I'm sorry. I'm very cross with you, Mother. Are you really Frank? Yes, I am. I have a good mind to send you back to Africa. No, please don't send me home, Frank. Oh, look! There's Uncle Roy come to see me. See, he saw you. Do you see his white trousers, his blue jacket, and his red nose? He looks like a Union Jack.
You tell him to stop, please!
Come on, will you stop that? I'll pull him off. Now don't do that again. What do you think?
Well, Frank, it's not bad. Not bad at all. But what we really need is a singer.
Yes, we need a singer.
I'll go get ready. Now, could you help me out, please? Now, can you whistle?
Yes.
Well, the whistling's on the top line there. And it'd be nice if you could play the piano for me.
Yes, Frank, by all means.
Oh, here, you've got your music. Now, could you stand close to me? Not too close.
Frank, I really don't think this
Just a
song...
minute, please. I'll stick my thumb up when we're ready for you to come in. But we have to do a little dance first. Right, you follow me, but I can't go too fast because my Vesuvius. And with the left leg, and left together, point, and right together, point. Very good. You seen my show before? No. Now are we ready? Right, let's do this. 1, 2, and I'll do that. 3, and keep together. And 1 together, 2 together, point, and just as the sun rises, you may see him in the valley, but
Frank, I've heard enough. Frank, come on, it's really not on, is it?
well, I know what you mean, but it'll be alright. It's just that Roy came in a bit late.
No, it's the song. The way you sing it, your whole personality.
My personality?
Looks like I'll have to do the show on my own then.
Look, wait a minute. Frank, haven't you seen a real singer?
Yes, I have.
Fuck, Roy, show it. Ladies and gentlemen, your favourite of mine, the Welshman himself, Mr. Tom, Kiss Me Again, Joe.
Wop bam baloo bop wop bop bop. I met a girl named Daisy. She knows how to drive me crazy. I met a girl named Daisy. She knows how to drive me crazy. She rocks to the east. She rocks to the west. I'm the best. Tutti frutti. Tutti frutti. All fruity. Tutti frutti. All fruity. Tutti frutti. All fruity. Wop bam boo bop wop bam boo.
Got your own Frank?
Yes, well, of course. His style's a little different to mine. He's more ebullied than me.
You do understand, don't you, Frank? I mean, it's the movement. You've got to have plenty of action.
Yes, but I can't go too fast because my fuser's on the back.
Yeah, we'll just do
It's not good enough.
Sure. Wait a minute, Roy. Just come on. The lad's keen. We've got to have someone. All right.
I'll clap my hands, shall I? Over with the rhythm.
Mr. Lockwood,
Yeah?
could you give me that introduction bit? Because I like that.
All right, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard about him, you've read about him, and now you're going to see him. The one, the only, Mr. Frank, lock up your daughter's Spencer.
My eye out there. Right. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, and. Right. Are we ready? Yes. 1, 2, 3.